Namaskar to the viewers and listeners. Every year on the 31st of October, we celebrate the birthday, the Jayanti of the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, born in a farmer's family in a remote village, becoming the Iron Man of India and the Bismarck of India. Bismarck, in 1871, united by conquest and liquidation some 24 principalities into the German state. See, there was a German nation, but by language and culture only. But he made into a nation state in 1871. America became a nation state in 1776. We were a nation, a cultural nation for millennia, thousands of years. Now, in the period 1945 to 1950, this great man Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who happened to be the Home Minister in the interim government since 1946 September, a Home Minister, and later on from 47 August 15th as the Deputy Prime Minister, he had a vision that India should be united into a nation state. But there were 565 princely states, each one independent on its own by a treaty with our conqueror ruler, Great Britain. Great Britain reserved to itself what is called paramountcy, that is a sovereignty, and only in certain matters it was interfering, that is foreign affairs, defense, etc., etc. Now, while granting independence to India, thanks to Attlee, who in 1946 August became the Labour Prime Minister, saw exhausted England can no longer rule the colonies, so India will be freed, it will be given. Then what would happen to the 565 states? They were called the Indian states, and the rest of them were called presidencies and provinces. So the Britain said the paramountcy will disappear and the 565 heads of these Indian states are free to be independent on their own. Every 565 independent countries within India. And or they can join either Pakistan or join India. Then what would happen? So Sardar Patel told Mountbatten, who was the last Governor General, who came here with a mandate that not later than June 1948, Britain will quit India. So he consulted, of all people, first one was Sardar Patel, after he was convinced that India cannot be kept together. Sardar Patel thought, instead of all these communal troubles, two-nation theory, this and that, so because the whole country was engulfed in communal troubles from Bengal to northwest frontier province. He said, provided I am allowed to deal with the states and you help me, and within 2 to 3 months you make a law transferring power to India, then I will agree. Mountbatten agreed. Then Mountbatten said, all right. He has decided and said in June he made a statement that we are quitting on the 15th of August by splitting India, on the 14th creating Pakistan. So much earlier than what Attlee had said. Then the problem is there are only 2.5 months. What to do with the 565 states? So Sardar Patel got into action. He got the cooperation of Mountbatten, and there were two instruments that were formed. One was called Standstill Agreement and Accession. Each of the states were given this choice. Accede to India only in 3 matters, that is defense, foreign affairs and communications, postal, telecommunication, rail, etc. communication. In these 3 matters, you transfer your sovereignty or whatever power you have to the Indian Union. And there are so many other matters which we are connected, the government of India and the states. For that, time will decide what we should do, so we will have a standstill agreement. Those who accede to Indian Union will have the option of signing this standstill agreement, others not. Then out of the 565, almost all were by cajoling, by flattering, by fraternizing, and almost by threatening, all of them acceded to India except Junagadh, a Muslim ruler, a Hindu majority, he acceded to Pakistan. Nizam said, I will be independent, I will join neither Pakistan nor India, but I will have treaties, as though he is equal to the Indian Union, he will have treaties. And Hari Singh of Kashmir, a Hindu ruler of a Muslim majority state, he could not decide either way. And when the Pakistani people invaded in the guise of tribesmen, he had no choice. His life was in Qatar, danger. So on the 24th of October, that is much later than the 15th of August, he signed the instrument of accession, the same three subjects, just as every other prince and Raja and Nawab has signed. Then on the 25th, Indian army was flown there. Now, so what have remained now? Kashmir and Nizam. Mountbatten and England and all the political parties there, they had a soft corner to Nizam. So Nizam was saying, and Mountbatten was wanting, that the relationship between the Indian Union and Nizam should be by a treaty. Treaty, eh? He is equal to India. So Sardar Patel said, all that you go on negotiating, I will leave it to you. Nehru, don't interfere. And Nehru did not allow Sardar Patel, the Home Minister and the States Minister, to deal with Kashmir. Nehru reserved that for himself. So Sardar Patel waited until Mountbatten went away from India. And after that, that was on June 25th, that man, Mountbatten went away. Rajagopalachari became the Governor General. Then Sardar Patel ordered. Our Commander-in-Chief was an Englishman, Roy Boker. Roy Boker said, Sir, they got bombers. They will bomb Ahmedabad and Delhi and Bombay. Sardar Patel said, shut up. Was you not bombed? Was not England bombed? Was not England devastated by the Luftwaffe, the German Air Force? Did you surrender? So you think we will not be able to stand up? Then Jinnah died. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel fixed the 13th of early morning, 13th September 1948, as the march of the Indian army into Hyderabad, resisted by Rajakars and the Nizam's police. Boker again rang up Nehru, Sir, Pakistan is in mourning. Jinnah died, so we should not do this one. Nehru said, please talk to Sardar Patel. He rang up in the midnight, Boker, and told him, hey, are you serving India or are you serving Pakistan? Stop it. March. That was the decisiveness. So on the 17th of September, within 4 days of Indian army coming into Hyderabad, they surrendered. So Hyderabad problem was solved. Most importantly, the 1935 Government of India Act, according to which 1937 elections and Congress ministries were formed, etc., etc., it was a federation. We had the Federal Communication Service Commission, which later on became the Union Public Service Commission. We had the Federal Court, which had become the Supreme Court of India. So it was considered as a federation. But Sardar Patel, ably assisted by Dr. Ambedkar, he said Government of India shall be strong center. They provinces never had any sovereignty. They were only kings owing allegiance to somebody or the other. So they are those provinces, I am giving a good name, calling them states, but they are not states. We are a union of India, a strong union. And these two great people, Dr. Ambedkar and Sardar Patel, ably assisted by Dr. K.M. Munshi, they put Article 3 of the Constitution. First of all, India is called the Union of India and not the Federation of India. Next one, Article 3, they said the Union can create states, divide states, adjust boundaries. That means the states are creation of the Union and Union is not the creation of the states. Then Article 352, if any external aggression is there, these state governments will be superseded and the central government will directly administer. Article 356, if a state cannot be ruled according to the Constitution and ayaram, gayaram, etc., happens, then the Union will intervene, dismiss the state government and directly administer the state. Article 360, if any state mishandles its finances, is about to go broke, I will declare, the union declares emergency and all the finances of the states are transferred to the center, to the union. So the union, they gave such powers that the states are the creation of the union and union is not the creation of the states. Today, ignoring the centricity of our constitution, of the unbreakable union, Abraham Lincoln waged a civil war for 7 years to preserve the union. So the states should realize that they are creation of the union, but the regional parties are sometimes saying it's a federation. We have to remember Sardar Patel. And he is the creator of India, and in tribute to him, the Statue of Unity. He is not called Sardar Patel statue. It is called the Statue of Unity, 180 feet tall, and the total strength, including the pedestal, is 250 feet. Now this Statue of Unity reminds all the 135 crores of Indian people that we are an unbreakable union. Just as the Statue of Liberty in the New York harbor on Ellis Island carries the sandesha, the message of freedom, of liberty, the Statue of Unity calls all the Bharatiyas that we are one nation, an indivisible nation, and Bharat will be our destination. He has changed. మన రాతలను మార్చేసినటువంటి వ్యక్తి, the one who has changed our destiny is Sardar Patel, ably in association with Dr. Ambedkar and K. Munshi, who gave us a wonderful constitution, the largest constitution in the world, and giving all powers to the union so that the history of conquest by part and enslavement does not once again happen. Namaskar.